Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order at 6:19. So if you'll join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A moment of silence, please. You do roll call.
Commissioner Diaz?
Present.
Commissioner Fisher?
Present.
Commissioner Flowers?
Here.
Commissioner Gutierrez?
Here.
Commissioner Munoz?
Here.
Commissioner Patel? Commissioner Torres?
Here.
Commissioner Velez?
Thank you. First part of the agenda is oral communications. We have nobody here. There will be no speakers. We'll move on to the consent calendar. Any questions about the consent calendar? Oh, thank you. I got it. I passed it out. Approval of the minutes from November 14th, Community and Service Commission meetings. I need a motion, or is there any comments on the minutes?
I move to accept the minutes as read.
Nobody second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Okay, new business?
We need a vote.
Oh, thank you.
Roll call vote.
I need a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Motion carried. Okay, new business. Selection of the vice chair on the Community Service Commission.
Okay, so before you this evening, you do have amongst the commissioners the consideration of the offices of both vice chair and chair. We're going to begin with vice chair. Commissioner Fisher, since you are stepping into this role, you will go ahead and accept nominations.
Okay, so do I have a nomination for vice chair do I have nominations to appoint the vice chair?
If there anyone here really to accept the job.
Anybody, do I have any nominations
For
the vice chair for this commission?
I'll nominate Commissioner Fisher.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay. I'll accept the nomination. This is awkward. Do I have a second? Yes. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those that are not in favor? Okay, I guess the motion was carried. Fisher will be the vice chair. Selection for the chair of the Community Services, the chair of Senior Services Commission. I have a motion to nominate somebody.
Now, Commissioner, ask a question. Who was the chair last year?
It was Carol Mahler, Carolyn Marlowe, and she passed away.
Well, I'd like to nominate Mr. Torres.
If I may, Mr. Torres was the commission chair last year. Kara Molnar was nominated and it was accepted for this year. Unfortunately, Commissioner Molnar did pass away.
Okay.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Mason. Can I do that if she's not here?
She's not. She can't see me. She can't be here to accept.
Yes.
You could nominate her, she'd have to accept.
Get her on the phone.
Can we get her on the phone?
She She needs to be present.
But would that require her to accept at the time, or?
She needs to be present.
Okay.
May I move to ask would Commissioner Gutierrez, would she be willing to accept the job as chair?
No, thank you.
Commissioner Munoz?
I would accept the nomination.
Okay, do I have a second?
Or
Commissioner Munoz.
you move to accept, nominate, I second that motion.
Okay, all
To
those
accept
in
the
favor?
secretaries.
Yay.
The motion should first. Who is the first?
Robert Torres.
And Flowers second.
Mhm. Okay.
All right, congratulations. Chair Munoz, if you want to go ahead and accept the seat.
Oh,
It becomes effective immediately. We're going to have you jump right in. We're going to move business along.
Chair, just slide on that.
well, thank you. The next item on the agenda would be the selection of ad hoc committee members. The first ad hoc committee up is Community Development Block Grant, and we would need at least 4 commissioners.
Madam Chair, may I ask, what is the requirement for the block grant committee?
For the Community Development Block Grant Commission, that serves as somewhat of an advisory group to the Community Development Department, and the director is not here today, but they oversee the grants administration of the federal grants, including CDBG, which is the Community Development Block Grant. Our key role as an ad hoc committee member would be to assist in reviewing any RFPs or a request for funding proposals that come in from the nonprofits during the funding cycles, and or assisting the director in that department in any other key areas where block grant funds might be used. Any volunteers?
I don't mind doing it again if no one else
Okay.
wants to.
I'll do it again too.
Okay.
2 more.
Madam Chair, I was.
Okay. Just as a point of order, can I get on this committee again? Okay, so. Thank you. The ne-
Munoz, Torres, and Gutierrez. Oh, well, yeah,
At Flowers.
Flowers.
The next ad hoc committee available is Capital Improvement Project, and that's just commonly known as the CIP activity. That one is also, we serve as an advisory to any issues related to the city's infrastructure as it relates to capital improvement projects. As part of our commission is being actively involved in parks. It's actually a very exciting type of activity to be involved in. It's very dynamic, as Commissioner Gutierrez might tell you. It's very dynamic, sort of ongoing activity. Any volunteers?
I could do that one too.
Okay.
I'll do.
Commissioner Gutierrez? Commissioner Flowers?
I don't know what I'm busy, but.
Either Commissioner Diaz or Commissioner Fisher, is that something that either one of you would be interested in?
I said yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we don't necessarily need the max of 4, or do we?
We don't necessarily, but I would like to, as you can see today is a prime example, if we can have the 4, I think that guarantees, or at least assists in guaranteeing that we're going to have seats at the table. So if we can get the 4, that would be the direction I'd like for us, that I would advise that we go.
Okay.
That was Commissioner Diaz? Okay. So just to repeat, it would, for capital improvement project, the ad hoc committee would include Commissioner Torres, Commissioner Fisher, Commissioner Flowers, Commissioner Diaz. The next ad hoc committee is the homeless subcommittee.
That one, can we, do you want to reconsider whether we should have that one? We've tried to meet like multiple times, but it seems like it's such a moving target that it might be best to just keep it at the commission level if a homelessness issue comes up and we have to discuss it or put it on the agenda. But it was hard for us to kind of have any sort of substantive meeting or discussion on any particular topic, just because it's a fast-moving target and the city council seems to act on it quickly. And, you know, for example, the contract we have right now with the Nakata, that just kind of happened, right? And we didn't really have a chance to discuss or do anything at our level. So it seems to me it might not be necessary or effective. I would rather it just come before the commission when needed. Homelessness.
Could we, Madam Chair, could we table it until next week? That just this one, maybe the other committee member next time, we must wait. Maybe some of the other members may want to be a part of this committee. We can't decide on this tonight.
But it will be 60 days from now, it's not
I
next week.
understand that.
Yeah, it's just because it was what, 3 of us, we were on it for 2 or 3 years. And it was difficult for us to kind of come up with any sort of topics and any sort of recommendations or actions. It seems to be, but if there's new members, and maybe the new members could create some topics that might be able to go through the commission and eventually to the council. That might work.
Well, Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Torres, I agree that we should table the item. And for our next meeting, we could maybe discuss how it can be reconfigured to fit where we're at today versus where we were a year ago or so when some of us did try to meet to discuss different items. So I agree we should table it.
Madam Chair, would it be okay? You know, it's 60 days away. Still, would it be?
I think so. We could always meet as a subcommittee. We did that before. But we would table this particular item, and correct me if I'm wrong, we table the item, the ad hoc subcommittee, table it for discussion at our next meeting. When we have additional members, it could be that the commission may want to just keep it the way it is. And then we can open it up again for discussion.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to table selection of ad hoc committee to see for homeless commission till the next meeting, which is 60 days from now.
Do I have a second?
I'll second, but if they could come when it comes back, maybe you could help us, Roxanne, by trying to refine or define the group's like intent. Because I think with the CDBG, it's pretty clear. Like Callie helps us with that, and we have the block grant, and then capital improvements, it's clear what our tasks are. So maybe if we could somehow make it more effective by defining the subcommittee's annual actions, maybe goals. Yeah.
Okay, through the chair, if I may, the actions that the council will take, or excuse me, that the commission is taking tonight by selecting members of the the Community Development Block Grant Committee and Capital Improvement Projects. committee, I think were definitely a step in the right direction, especially when it comes to CDBG. We do have a clock that is ticking. We do have our annual report that's put together in May, and I know that that's very important to Kelly, the council, as well as the community. So you definitely made steps in the right direction. As far as the subcommittee for homeless is concerned, we can absolutely table that until the next commission meeting. I don't see there being a problem. If I may make a recommendation before any further action is taken on this in March, allow us the opportunity to schedule another presentation by our HOPE team, so that way you can collect, so you'll have some data. The other activity that will have transpired by that time is the annual homeless count, which typically takes place in January. Again, you will have more data at that time and perhaps more information to help you reach a decision that will be fruitful for this commission as well as the community.
Sounds good.
I agree. Sounds great. Any questions on that? Thank you. That's great.
We're happy to help.
Item number 5, Community Services Division update.
Madam Chair, for item number 4, were we supposed to talk about other subcommittees? Like, were we going to have people added to the Sports Council? I know we discussed that, to having commissioners.
Creating new committees.
Well, either having commissioners added to the Sports Council or modifying it somehow.
Yeah, that'd be a creation of a new committee that doesn't exist here.
At this time, I would recommend that you don't move in that direction, and here's why: because that is being reviewed this year by the City Council. So rather than us going down that path at this time, I would advise that you hold off. If the commission feels that it's warranted, again, when you have more members present at the next meeting, you can absolutely go that direction. But at this time, I would recommend that we hold off.
I think for the benefit of the newest commissioners, that it would be a good item to bring up again at our next meeting, to bring them up to speed on maybe the past discussion that we've had regarding the Sports Council, and then just so that they have an understanding of our role and how we interface with them.
If I may, the other thing that we can do, and this is a recommendation, again, in the spirit of bringing all commissioners up to speed, what I'll do is I will bring back the presentation that we did in October for the City Council. We gave the City Council an overview of what the Sports Council is and how that works with the city's youth policy for athletic facilities. And so I'll bring that. It would be a received file, it would be a presentation. But I think that that's a good place to start, especially to bring new commissioners up to speed. Okay, so we'll bring that, we'll agendize that for the next commission meeting as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next item, number 6, Maintenance Division update.
Community service first.
Number 5.
Vanessa's got to go first.
I'll go first.
You did it and then you skipped it.
Yeah.
I thought we were done. I am so excited that Vanessa was able to join us today.
I know.
As well as Mike. Vanessa was supposed to be here at the last meeting. She was unable to make it. She was feeling a little under the weather that day, but she is here today. We're going to continue with the quarterly updates. You know, that is one of the promises of both departments, community services and maintenance, to provide you, the commission, with data. So I will give us just a minute to get it set up. Start, maybe click on the first one. There you go. No, this one. If I may? Yeah.
Oh, get the camera.
Thank you. Well, good evening, Commissioners. My name is Vanessa Guimarães, and I'm the Recreation Services Supervisor here with the City of West Covina. I'm glad to be here. I know I missed the last couple meetings, but today we're going to be presenting our quarterly update for fall 2023, and that's for September through November. As of now, we have a total of 61 staff, full-time and part-timers, and there's just a list of everybody that's there and some photos of us from this past holiday season. So my first update is going to be about the Cortez Park Community and Senior Center. That's where my office is based out of. So we have a lot of fun activities. We've done a lot, so we're really excited to present that today. So that's our mission statement: to provide an environment that promotes the independence of senior citizens in West Covina by offering a variety of direct services and programs adapted to their specialized needs and changing interests. And that's a photo of them. They went recently to the USS Midway in San Diego. So there. And that's our team. I know that was presented last time, so pretty much everybody's the same there. And then just some photos that we've had from our last event. We had a Thanksgiving celebration where we fed 200 seniors. We got a pie donation from the San Gabriel Valley Softball, so that was nice as well. And then we also did receive a $300 donation from Hilda Solis's office to be put towards our event. So we were really grateful for that as well. So yeah, and then there's just some photos of that day. This is our Tiny Mike interview series. So this is Pauline Toscano. She was our Volunteer of the Year for 2023. She helped with their meal program and different things around the senior center. So that's her and her husband, and then we'll play her interview.
Hi, good morning. My name is Pauline Toscano, and I've been coming here at the Senior Center, West Covina, for about 16 years. And my husband and myself, we come here and we really enjoy the center, and there's so many. The first time we came here, we were greeted so nicely. They made us feel so special when we came in. The staff is amazing. The kitchen help, Christine and Holly, they're amazing. They produce such great food. And I'm very honored to receive the Volunteer of the Year. That was something that wasn't expected. And so I was very surprised. And I want to thank the staff, the great cooks, Christine and Holly, and all the staff members. You know, they give so much of themselves to themselves. And they're great people, and I'm very honored and humbled to have received this award. And they have the staff also with the confidence of voting me as a Volunteer of the Year. It was very special. And I cannot just receive the awards for myself. It's actually a group effort, and I share this with everyone that's here. And you know, everyone gives so much of themselves to this program. And the reason why I like helping is such a special feeling. And I really appreciate the opportunity of helping. And I'm very thankful and grateful to be here. I'm very appreciative.
So yeah, we have a large volunteer program at the Senior Center that consists of seniors and some people from our special needs population that come and help at the senior. They come serve lunch, you know, help us clean around the center. So we do have a great volunteer force and great volunteers, as you can see here. So she was our Volunteer of the Year for this year.
Is there a ceremony associated with
Yes,
that?
we do. We have a volunteer luncheon, so we had about 180 people. We gave awards, flowers to them, and we presented them with certificates. And then we had a dance. They love to dance at the Senior Center. If you've ever been there, you got to check it out. They love to dance, so it's really fun. So there's a photo on the bottom right there of them dancing. That's what they do the whole time. 3 hours straight. They dance more than me. So. But yeah, so that's some photos too from like our Veterans Day celebration. One of our seniors, he's a World War II vet, he turned 97 years old. Mr. Valdivia right there in the corner. And then some photos from our workshop that we had for fall. And then just some logistics, the numbers of meals that we serve. We serve a lot of meals daily. We typically see about 100 to 150 people, 180, depending on the day for meals at the Senior Center. And we serve lunch Monday through Friday there. So if anybody's interested or you know somebody, send them down to the senior center for a hot meal. We have excellent chefs. Christina and Holly really do, dedicate themselves to.
Is there a cost to the meals?
It's a suggested $3 donation. You just need to be a senior over the age of 60 and fill out an application, and there's no residency requirement. So we take everybody, so yeah. And then we had our class attendance, so our classes that might consist of, from Tai Chi to Zumba, exercise classes. We partner with Mount SAP for a lot of our classes. They offer free classes to the seniors, daily computer classes, watercolor, home gardening. So there's a lot of activities going on there. And then just like some excursions and some events that we had during this season, like we went to the casino, we had our Halloween party, Dia de los Muertos. They love the casino, we've gone several times, and then
It is sold out at 50.
sold out, full bus. Yes, they love the casino. We have a wait list, so yeah, they really like to go. So yeah, sold out. Our trip start is 50. So and then those were some upcoming events, but we'll do a presentation with that and for the next quarter. But we had a full week of Christmas activities for the seniors, Santa, a visit from Santa. We did like some DIY Christmas trees and like a disco party, so really fun stuff going on. And then there's a list of our classes that we do offer. Like I said, we partner with Mount SAC for free classes, and then we do have paid fee classes that are minimal or low cost that the seniors enjoy, like especially line dance and Zumba. We offer free services for case management, notary, free legal advice, and free real estate advice. And then we have an array of free workshops that we offer to the seniors. So they're all listed there.
What sort of legal advice is it?
We give 3 15-minute legal consultations. Kevin Stapleton from Stapleton and Stapleton volunteers his time. So yeah, so we get that.
Certain days of the week?
We do it twice a month on Tuesdays. They can call the senior center and they can get their appointment set up, and then they can come in and ask their questions, and they would advise them. So free 15-minute consultation.
Thank you.
And then just a little bit about environmental services, our Athens discount, which is our senior discount for West Covina senior residents. That's how many we've accepted per month during this quarter. We did have America's Recycles Day, which was the paper shredding. We had 115 in attendance, and we shredded over 4,000 pounds of paper. Our next one's coming up in February at the Senior Center, so if anybody needs to, get paper shredding, we have that information available at the Senior Center. We're continuing our Dollar Right efforts as well, and those are the applications that we accepted during this quarter.
Yes, on your senior discount, is it a certain age, a certain amount of money you have to make? Or
yes, it is. So you'll fill out an application. It's for seniors, West Covina residents over the age of 62.
No matter what the income is?
There is an income requirement that's on the application. We don't check the income. It's on our system, so you would circle what your your income is, and then we go based off of that.
I just know a few people.
Yeah, so it's over the age of 62, and their name must be on the Athens bill. So if it has to be in the senior's name.
Okay.
They can come down to the Senior Center and apply Monday through Friday, 9 to 3, and we'll help them out with that.
The Dial a Ride application, is that including Uber?
We have Uber online, and they can also pick that up at the Senior Center.
So you guys have to know that my residents are really enjoying that. It's a
That's good.
It's
Are they on their phones? They're calling their Ubers?
yeah.
Does Kelly need to come and make a presentation?
I know. He loved it.
You know what? They love it, and they love Kelly. So
Aw,
he did a fantastic job. He's kind and gentle, and what?
He was so good.
He was good.
It was excellent. And it's a fabulous program, really. And we use it in our marketing, because if we can't get them somewhere, Uber can for $6.
You're like, we're getting you on Uber, you can go. So yes, so it does. We do have those applications available, and we can go ahead and assist with those requirements as well if they need any help at the Senior Center. So send anybody down if you know anybody that needs supply. And then just some other Senior Center information to kind of avoid. We hosted Assemblywoman Susan Rubio's Career Fair back in October. Like I said, we were able to secure that donation from Hilda Solis's office for $300 for the Thanksgiving event. And we assisted with Councilman at the time, Brian Calderon Tabat, Vice District 1 community meeting. So those are just some of the things that we've done at the Senior Center. And now on to Cameron Community Center, and that's just kind of their information and hours of operation. And their mission statement is there as well. That's a photo of them during our youth basketball program tournament, so we'll have some information on that as well. And then their team is quite large there, so that's everybody that's there. So Clarissa is the coordinator there that oversees Cameron. And then this was back in September. They had their first tournament on September 8th, 9th, and 10th for their summer season, and then they had their banquet. So this is kind of just some footage of that. So there's a lot of people that attended. So there's a little bit of footage there. And then during their banquet, each participant in the program is recognized and they get a certificate of recognition and then a medal as well. So they had like over 200 people there. So it was really great. It's a program that we're very proud of. The staff doing a really great job. There we go. And then recently we started our own cheer team as well, so the West Covina cheer team. So we're expanding with programming. So now we have a cheer team. So we started it in October, and for the first season registration we had 15 participants, so a pretty good number. So this is just cool.
So does that compete with Berlin's cheer team?
No, that's something totally separate. So they cheer we'll do like at special events or during like the basketball games for our youth basketball program. So it's something that we do in-house for West Covina. So we're expanding on that traditional recreation programming. So we've been able to start that, so that's something.
Yeah, I think it's great because it gives that recreation option.
Exactly.
Just because cheerleading seems to have become so competitive in the last
This
few
is
decades.
a traditional rec.
So it's nice to have that option just to enjoy it rather than compete.
Yeah, exactly. So going back to traditional rec and for the kids, to enjoy, to learn, and to grow in the sport. So. And then we've been hosting open houses at our different community centers. So in November, we hosted Cameron Community Center. They had over 200 people there. It was a great turnout, great event. We did demonstrations from all the classes, including, karate, volleyball, the cheer team, ballet and tap. Pickleball was even out there doing demonstrations. So just highlighting, the importance of community centers and what's truly going on there. So it was really great. And our next one actually is going to be at the Senior Center this month on the 26th. So if you are able to make it, January 26th, which is a Friday from 12 to 2, we'll do the Senior Center one. And we're going to be continuing to do these throughout the years for all our community centers. So.
How long has, I'm sorry, go ahead.
If we're going to attend that, what time should we be there?
It starts at 12, so if you want, you can come 15 minutes, like 11:45, open the doors, and we'll have a lot of activities going on as well, highlighting.
I think it's 12 to 4, isn't it?
The open house is 12 to 2. Yes. I believe the invite, I went
out.
Yeah.
And Sherry, or Commissioner Fish, Vice Chair Fisher, if you'd like to bring your residents, like to bring a bus of your residents, we'd love to have them.
Yes.
How many years has the karate instructor been with
Oh
us?
my God.
Prior to me,
Yeah.
I've been here forever.
I was
I
at the,
I think Tim is.
Forever.
I was at the Christmas parade.
Yeah.
The Kiwanis and the children's Christmas parade, and he was there. And like some grown man walked up to him and was like, "Teacher." And I'm like, what? He's like, "Remember me?" And he was just like this big guy. I was like, "You used to teach me." And I was like, "Wow, this guy's been with us for a long time."
Well,
This
you're
guy was like
funny.
in his 20s.
Claire Romero, that is in charge of Cameron Community Center, I think I taught her swim lessons. Tim, I haven't been around as long as Tim, but yes, we've been around
He's
for a
been
while.
with us for a while, so 15 years plus.
Tim's more than 15 years.
20.
Tim's probably mid-90s.
Oh, wow.
Probably, like, I got here in '01, and he was here before '01. So, I mean,
yeah.
I'd say probably, 97,
Yeah.
96, 97,
That's great that we have him, because my kids have taken classes with him. It's great.
He really truly is for the community. He's not about the money. He's worked both sides, not just Cameron, but Shadow Oak. Lots of things like say our Halloween events. It used to be just Tim and I. Tim and I just used to do our haunted houses. We're so fortunate to have the staffing levels and do the things that we do now. But originally when I first started here, we didn't have that. So Tim and I would be out there and we would do it all by ourselves.
So you're scaring the kids too?
On the trailers right down.
After you're done, you put your costumes on?
Yeah.
We've come a long way then. We will see that in that presentation today, so. But yeah, so this is kind of the number, these are the numbers that we've had at Cameron and the participation, so, we're growing those type of classes. Oh, that was Shadow Oak, so this is a photo of their Sugar Skull workshop that they had recently, so we're definitely expanding the programs over there as well. Leslie Bravo, she is the Community Services Coordinator who oversees Shadow Oak with her team listed there. We have our Tiny Tots program, so we started that about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit more. So they've been doing a lot of great things. They dress up for Halloween. They do different activities, and if you ever get a chance to go check out the Tiny Tot room there, it's really incredible what they've done. And their classroom is so nice with their arts, their crafts. They do playtime, science projects. They do a lot of things there. So it's a really good program, and the children and the staff actually really enjoy it. Something that we are proud of as well. And then we've been hosting Let's Get Crafty workshops over at Shadow Oak to try to expand the programming. So we've been partnering with like the LA County Library. They do story time, arts and crafts. They did the piñata making, so that was fun. They did a pumpkin painting class as well, as you can see there. So we've been really trying to get people up there and doing different types of activities. So we've been really successful with those programs as well. So, and the library has been a great partner with us too, doing the story times and bringing in the arts and crafts. And then just some logistics. We've actually been able to start some senior Mount-Sat classes up there as well. So that's been a good thing. So they have a computer class, they have a healthy aging class as well. So if you know any seniors on that side of town that need those services, we do have that. We started indoor pickleball as well at Shadow Oak, so that's there for people, free open play. And then we have our youth classes. We do piano, we do Spanish, the Chinese classes as well. So, and then we've done reading adventure up there too.
The pickleball.
Any guitar classes? You say you have
We
piano?
have piano, but we are working to expand it to, I believe we're gonna start adult piano, and then they were looking into guitar and I think drums as well. So yes, so we're definitely looking to expand up there.
Is the pickleball indoors, you said?
Yes, indoors.
In the Shadow Oak?
Shadow Oak in their main hall there.
Oh,
And we also have pickleball at Senior Center and at Cameron.
And we also restriped the courts at Del Norte. So there's
Yeah,
pickleball courts at Del
those
Norte as
get
well.
used like so much.
Yeah, it's very
They're-
popular.
those- Yeah.
So there's options for indoor and outdoor options now, so. Palmview Community Center, so their hours of operation, the photos there. Some photos that they took from their Halloween bash. It's, Palmview opened recently, about a year ago almost, and we've really expanded upon the programs. It's something that the team is really proud of, and it's something for the special needs population, to have activities, to have community, to interact with others, build friendships. So it's been something actually for me personally really touching to see and the need that is in this community. So Miguel and his team are doing a really great job of bringing in those programs, and interacting with the community and having these new ideas. So. And then here's some photos of them participating. They also did pumpkin making. They painted their pumpkins and were able to take it home. And they were really, really excited to do it. So. And then some other photos from their Halloween events that they had. So they had like a pizza party and dance. They love to dance as well. So dancing and just interacting with each other. So they were really excited to dress up. And then
So my name is Richard Centeno. We have party, Halloween, and we do at the Whites and do painting and RT. I took 3 years online during the pandemic. Since we do homework activities and much more, and we do reading, exercising, and mindset classes is to go. So that's.
So at least they do parties and homework, so that's a good thing. So that's one of our participants there that, you know, are joining into the classes, especially the MountSat classes. It's been, I think, a huge blessing to this population and to the city, so they really, really enjoy it there. Okay, and then this is another participant, Philip, so it might be a little loud.
My name is Philip Lloyd, and I like to go to the public community center because I attend outside class here. I do volunteer work here, like cleaning the tables, wiping down the chairs, and ask people and ask the volunteer members if I do some volunteer work here, and I like it. And then this for it, and then the way time.
Yeah, so they also help out at the center, and they take pride in cleaning up, you know, after their activities and things like that. So it's really, really special to see there. So it's a great program. If you have a chance to go check it out, it's definitely, you know, worth going out to check it out. So for MountSat classes, they offer a variety of classes for social skills, you know, interacting with diversity personnel, baking and cooking, health and fitness classes, and then lifelong learning. We also partner with Del Haven, and they do classes, low-cost classes, yoga therapy, Zumba, Recreation 101, and music therapy circle. So there's a lot of things going on. Recently, too, staff have been doing the more traditional rec approach as well. They started a painting class with them, so where they come in and kind of paint, and they really enjoyed that. So that'll be on our next update. So, you know, we're moving towards our staff doing that more traditional rec and interacting with the community. And then just some logistics too, like they had special events for October. They did pumpkin painting, the Halloween costume party, and then this winter they did a winter wonderland series, which consists of cooking, dinner, decorating, and they did a winter formal. So we'll have those updates coming on for the next commission meeting. Vine Daycare, so we do have a daycare here at Vine, and they do a variety of activities for kids as well. That's a picture of them. You know, they do before school and after school care for children, elementary school students. That's our daycare director, Alex, so she's the person in charge over at Vine Daycare with her team.
What is it? What is it?
I'm sorry?
What kind of school is a Vine Daycare school?
It's just a daycare, so they do different types of activities, like before school, it's like childcare before and after school. So they're like homework.
Schools offer it, they still?
We're the last one.
Yeah. That's the last one, yeah. That's the last
We used to have 5.
We used to have 5, yeah. That's the last one. But yes, so yeah. It's the last one.
We offer free lunch, free breakfast.
I know, that's the last one. So, yeah, we used to have 5.
There used to be one at YMCA. It was a YMCA daycare many years ago.
Yeah.
There were several, I think.
So, when they do things like, you know, activities, you know, arts and crafts classes, they play sports, they do, you know, movie nights, they celebrate all the holidays as well. So, just for kids, something to do before and after school, like a traditional Russian program. So, they do there. There's some photos of their activities, them doing arts and crafts, working on homework, and, you know, just playing and having fun with their friends. photos as well there. And then just an overview of the Sportsplex, same information as last time. Currently, let's see. So we hosted the State of the City dinner there as well. We've been hosting tournaments and practices there weekly and offering recreational softball leagues and weekly practices and for the soccer and for baseball as well. So we did recently hire some part-time recreation staff to be part of the Sportsplex. We have 2 site coordinators that are up there and then some rec leaders. So that's them, and they're going to be taking the lead up there and helping out with practices, tournaments, anything like that, taking reservations. There's some photos of the practices that have been going on up there at the Sportsplex, so some of the teams. That's it. There you go. Just a little stuff. And then some logistical things that went up there, practices. The fire department hosted their annual cookout and tournament. We have the State of the City. We had some private field rentals and then some practices and tournaments that went on during the weekend on the weekends there. And then now on to our citywide special events that we had during that time. That photos from our Touch a Truck event, which we were really excited to host. It's been a while. The last time that we had Touch a Truck, it's been since, pre-COVID. Yeah, it's been a really long time. So, the community really enjoyed that event. As you can see, we had an awesome turnout. We weren't expecting such a large turnout, but it was something really cool to see the community was excited to come out and do, see the trucks again.
Yeah, the change of location was great.
Yeah, I think the location.
It was really special to see not only the kids get excited, because we're attracting those families,
Yes.
and you're seeing the parents excited
Yeah.
and interacting with their kids and getting on the trucks, and it was really special
It really was.
to see the parents get to be children with their children. So we were happy to provide that space for them.
No, definitely. And just to see the kids dressing up as policemen, firemen, it was really, really cute to see. So.
We had our maintenance staff out there, and it was amazing to watch members of the communities to be really engaged with the maintenance staff and to ask questions about projects and get to know, the people that are out there that are making it possible for our residents, our community members, to get to and from places, to make sure that they're safe, to make sure that their spaces are taken care of. So that was also very special. Then Athens was out, as well as
Football transit and our transit. And
It accommodated so much better too, because I know when we had it at Cortez, it was kind of tight.
Yeah.
But
No, it
the
was
parking
really,
structure there, and it was a lot smoother.
it was a great event, so we're looking forward to it this year as well. And then we also partnered with our Kiwanis Club to hold Cartoberfest for the 2nd year. This year was held over at the Eastland Center. They had classic cars, BJ's provided a beer garden, there was tribute bands, vendors, free kids crafts, bounce houses. So it was a really nice event, to expand from the senior center to this. So we're just looking for the events to grow, and it was really great to see all the cars out there. And there's just some photos of that day. Some more. And then in partnership with the Chinese American Association, we hosted the Moon Festival as well in September, and included a variety of vendors, performances. There was a kids zone as well, and then there was a tribute band. So it was a really it was a lot of vendors, a lot of people. It was a really good event. Some photos from that day as well. Touch a Truck, we kind of touched upon that already. So, we had the vendors, kiddie train rides. The food was provided by our police explorers. So it was really cool to see them out there as well and interacting with the public. So it was a really special event, and I think it'll grow more this year as well. There's some photos too. We hosted State of the City for over 300 city employees, dignitaries, school board members, and other guests. And the mayor at the time, Rosa Diaz, provided updates on the progress for fiscal year 22-23. So it was that as well. And there's some photos from that night. Festival of Frights, we brought it back again this year in the South Glendora downtown area of West Covina. We had over 50 vendors. We had a beer garden provided by the Cove. The staff hosted a haunted house as well, so that was really cool to see different performances from our groups that we have here as well, like Boricol. We had the flashbacks and just a kids zone as well. It was a really good time, and to see all the kids in their costumes and dressing up, and especially a costume contest. There was a lot of good costumes. There was a lot of good ones. There's some photos from that day as well. Some photos from the haunted house. The staff really put a lot of effort. They did an incredible job, so I'm looking forward to it again this year.
Can you talk a little bit about the businesses?
Yes, so we did have our trick or treat stops. That's something that we incorporated this year. We had, I want to say, like 12 to 13 businesses participate.
A couple that joined last.
I think it was like between 12 to 15 businesses. So we created a map that people can go trick or treating between 4 and 7 p.m. and they can stop by the local businesses, and the businesses pass out candy to all the kids. So we incorporated everybody on South Glendora and also in the Edwards Plaza. So we had a really good turnout. We gave them a door sign indicating that they were a trick or treat stop, and they had, able to drop people into their businesses. So it was really cool to see. So we'll definitely do that again this year, and hopefully we can get a lot more participation too. And then we hosted our Veterans Day event back in November here. We had a barbecue prepared by the Senior Center chefs. We had an invocation, the awards, and just honoring our veterans, everybody who served. So it was a really special event.
It was really nice.
It was a really nice.
First time I've seen them do it like that. It was really nice.
It was a really nice.
From me being a veteran, it's one of my favorite events.
We're happy to hear that. Touches our heart.
It was nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, you always, you bad. I mean good.
Thank you. But no, it was a really special event, and, incorporating like a barbecue and just everybody coming together, all the veterans, and just honoring them. It was a really special event. And some photos from that day as well.
Look, I see my picture back there.
Did you?
Yeah,
Wow.
I saw that good looking man back there.
You're like, I know who that is. And some other photos too for that event. And that's it for me, so thank you so much.
I have a question.
Yes.
Will the city ever start back doing the Taste of West Covina?
The Taste of West Covina was a Lions Club venture that they partnered with the city of West Covina. So it's similar to what we do with the Kiwanis for the Christmas Parade, the Cartober Fest, and the Egg Hunt is what the city did with the Lions Club. If the Lions Club wanted to bring that back and go down that avenue, we would definitely be interested in partnering them with them again.
What was the event?
Taste of West Covina. They had all the different.
So I don't think it's out.
Vicky was talking about it.
Vicky was talking about it, but I think she's a little distracted right now. But I don't think it's not gonna happen. I think she's just got a hiccup. I can ask her.
Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you so much for the update on all the wonderful events in the city. I had the opportunity to randomly attend a few of them. They are amazing. It really is really beautiful to see the community come out, and the different types of events brings different aspects of the community together. But it's really beautiful to see them. And the Vine Daycare is actually very special to still have that at the school, on the school grounds, and it's open at 6 o'clock in the morning, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I swung by there, the kids looked very happy, so it's a nice gem in the city, in that neighborhood.
I just have to say thank you to you and your team, and Roxanne. You guys ran full throttle ahead from October through the holidays, and I was tired watching you. So you were, I thought we had a lot of events at Merrill Gardens. You guys had a lot of events, well attended, well organized, very impressive. All of the ones that I attended I was just
jam-packed.
I think my favorite was the snow, Let It Snow. It felt like a Hallmark commercial. It really did. It was a fabulous event, and it was just, people were walking around singing Christmas carols, like, and I'm like, is this the Hallmark? Is that really? It was just so fun. It was a lot of fun, and so you guys did an amazing job on all the events, but I think the Let It Snow was my favorite.
Thank you.
Just to add to what Vice Chair Fisher has commented, I did attend an event that you were also in attendance at the fire station. It was the toy giveaway. That was an amazing event. I know it was a partnership between the city and some of the partners and the fire department. I just kind of walked away from there feeling that, again, a gem in the city are our fire departments, the stations. I feel oftentimes they act as a good partner to our community centers and to our parks. So many of the children that I saw there, I know have been hanging out at Cortez Park and then Fire Station number 2, I think it is. Since they were toddlers, it's always there. And when they have their special events, they had, I think they had a pancake breakfast. And they had the coordinated toy giveaway. And then recently they had another community event honoring the Explorer program. And it was just amazing, just what they do.
They were able to give toys to 300 families, which was pretty nice.
It's pretty impressive.
It's just
really nice.
You know, bringing the community together for one focus, and that's community service. So I see that happening, and it makes me really proud.
Thank you. I appreciate
So
that.
thank you, all of you.
Thank you. We're going to move on to our next update for you. Mike Crescent, the Public Services Superintendent, is here this evening to give you some numbers and some data for the months of November and December.
Tough act to follow. We will be going through November, December, talking about some things that we're doing, some things that we're proud of, some, as discussed in our last update. This will be shorter than our last update. As discussed, we're looking for versatility and looking to get more skilled every day. So these are some of the projects that we took on over the last couple months that stood out in our minds and just showing our versatility and more how we're getting better every day and what we're doing to improve. So,
Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute.
Okay.
Maintenance did Santa in the mailbox?
Yep.
Well,
They did.
that was a hot topic for us. Wasn't it? That mailbox was a real big challenge and a lot of pressure.
I have the best picture that I posted on social media, telling everyone to.
It was a good team effort. Excellent team effort. It was a
Again?
great team effort.
You might think that's not a big deal, but that's a big deal.
It was a
big
huge deal.
And
It was a-
mailbox.
I don't know how many letters you received,
I'm sorry.
but when my grandson got his letter back, he was thrilled.
Yay, I'm glad.
And
I'm happy to hear.
all he asked for were 3 jelly balls. Oh, he wanted one
One
jelly
jelly
ball.
ball.
He got 3. And it was,
I'm glad
it
it
was
kind of
fun.
came through.
All kidding aside, the mailbox was a big topic of discussion for us. Vanessa, Roxanne, and their team coming from community services, seeing where we've come from, where we were, being here in the beginning. Like I said, as I discussed before, not having the resources, your team does amazing. I'm glad to work with you. We try to work together to make those details perfect, and sometimes the pressure is tough. You know what I mean? Oh, that's an awesome picture. Too bad the tree wasn't there yet, but that's an amazing picture.
Thank you.
And then there he is holding his letter.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's about.
So as a team, as stated, we try to find, we want to focus on those details, do what we can to make those little things that much better. And I'm proud to be on this team and work together with them to try to accomplish those things. If you see, this is our new deputy director, Jerry Lopez. He goes by Jerry. If you see him at the events, please stop, say hi. He has, and we've been working together for about a month now, and he comes, he worked in San Gabriel, so he's worked in LA County as well as Orange County. Brings a vast experience of, vast knowledge of all public works. CIP, sewer maintenance, things like that. So collaborating with him so far has been fantastic. Very nice guy, very personable. So if you see him, please stop, say hi, give him a warm welcome. Okay, these are just a list of some of the accomplishments, and we'll go through and we have pictures of some stuff, but just to give a brief overview, we did the decorations at City Hall and throughout the city. Not sure if you noticed, but we've been putting up medians and other things throughout the city, lights, so we're trying to get better at decorating not only City Hall, but everywhere. We're not exactly where we want to be yet, but we continue to work towards that. It's a council goal and our city goal to do what we can to improve everywhere throughout the city and make it as festive as possible. Some pictures that'll come through. We had a couple incidents, we had some accidents, some things that we had to repair, different things, so we'll be showing that and things that we've done to improve to try to prevent some of those things. Gates, other things. So actually, as we go through the slideshow, I'll explain some of this stuff. This is Christmas, so obviously flowers and plants and poinsettias and things of that nature. The council chambers, those are all things that we're trying to improve and make as festive as possible throughout the year. And from Deb and Renee, who is our analyst at the office working at City Hall, to our staff putting plants out and dealing with the seasonal flowers. You know, this is a team effort from top to bottom, and we all work together to do that. And these are just some pictures of that taking place. As discussed at the Sportsplex, we had an incident where a fire hydrant was hit. Completely taken out, 30-foot water in the air, but that's stuff that we had to jump on, and it changes our work schedule and causes different challenges throughout the year for different things that come up. But not only do we repair the fire hydrant, but we put in ballards to ensure that it didn't happen again. So those are just some of the things, it's small little things, but those are things that maintenance hadn't always done in the past. And you know, I'm not gonna say forever, but had kind of gone away from. So those are things that we're trying to do internally to not only fix the situation, but make sure it doesn't happen again.
I'm going to ask Mike to pause there for just a second. In addition to the routine operations in the maintenance department, things that we do on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, what have you basis, I think this is an excellent example. You know, something happens that's just out of the blue, you know, and it's the maintenance staff that responds to it. And what I appreciate, and I'm really glad that you touched on this, Mike, is that you said, okay, look, you know, we had this issue, we're gonna fix it, and then you're pinpointing something that we can do better and something that we can fix to help eliminate that from happening again. And I really think that the maintenance staff deserves credit for that. So it's not just, okay, we're responding, we're fixing, we're responding, fixing, and we're looking at prevention. And I really just wanted to take that moment to highlight that to the commission so you see what the maintenance department is doing for you in the community. Go ahead.
This is the installation of a gate at Shadow Oak Park. We've been having some issues down there with people going into the park at night, graffiti, other things. So this is another example of things that we're trying to do to be proactive. Something as simple as making a swing gate seems simple enough, but welding and fabricating, measuring, making sure all that stuff works, that's something that our department hasn't always had, our division hasn't always had. So those are ways that we're improving our skills every day, and just one of the things that we came up with. And you know, unfortunately, we've had some issues where that gate was hit already and other things are happening, so we're trying to be as proactive as we can to ensure that that stuff doesn't happen, repair it quickly and get it back up and running. And you know, like I said, just be proactive in any situation that we can be proactive in.
What time does the park close?
10 p.m.
And does the fire department have keys to the gates?
Well, we have keys throughout the city, and they have access to all those keys. I mean, it's pretty standard throughout. PD and fire both have those.
For the gate, are you able to add like reflective stickers?
I don't want to speak out of turn. We've already talked about it. I believe they're on there already, but I'm not. I haven't been down there just yet, so I'm not positive. But yes, we are.
Oh,
okay. This is some work this is just an example of some of the stuff we do. Our electricians work throughout the city. Not only do the electricians maintain all of our paseo lights, we do not own our own street lights, but there are some we do. Traffic signals is a main function of their job. There's 126 signals in the city of West Covina. 95 of them are owned by the city of West Covina. And making sure that they're working properly, doing the maintenance, the backup's done, the timing sheets are in place, all those things are done by our electricians. And this is just some pictures of some of the things that they do. I don't know if you noticed, we came in this week, had plans, but all of the lights were out on South Garvey from Citrus all the way down, which is kind of a weird occurrence because they're not tied to the same, tied to the same transformers and things of that nature. So So that's just some of the things they do. There's a replacement there down in the Paseos. We replace those lights, the park lights, ball field lights, and other things of that nature we work on depending on the height. So that's just some of the stuff that the electricians are working on. Next slide, please.
Do we also have on-call, like emergency contractors to help us, or is it all city?
Well, some things we can do. For example, this week we had 2 traffic signals taken out where the whole pole and everything's been taken out. That's not something that we do. Those poles are a little bit bigger than us and we do that. We use Unix, there's a couple other vendors, but majority of, the old Siemens, which is now Unix, and that's what we use most of the time. And that's usually on an emergency basis. Roxanne's fortunate enough to see a couple emergencies from me every week. So, yeah, but that's what we do on bigger pole knockdowns and things of that nature. Right. This is another example of things that we've been doing to improve throughout the city. This was a wrought iron gate at Gulfster Park. I don't know if we're familiar with the entrance to the northern part of the eastern part of the park and by the nature center, but the gate was really big and the weight of the gate started to weigh and break the poles. So this is our team going out doing the repairs, digging new posts, putting new posts in, reinforcing them and making them stronger than they were before. As always, we're looking to improve, and this is just one scenario where we're hoping that we didn't only just fix the gate, but we improved it. This is sidewalk repair. Trip hazards is something we deal with throughout the city all the time. In this picture, what you're seeing is that tree there caused all the damage on the sidewalk. Now, in some cases, we're not able to not remove the tree or do something about the sidewalk to make sure that our urban forest stays intact. The trees are beautiful, but they do cause issues. We were discussing that a little bit before the meeting started. So in this case, this is an area where we had an easement, we had some space, and we were able to, instead of removing the tree and changing everything, we were able to reconfigure the sidewalk, ensure that it's still ADA, and work around the tree. So that's why we chose this spot. We're currently working on an area here off North Garvey, next to Sunset. Next week we'll be by Senior Villas on Azusa and Roland. So this is something we do regularly, but this job particularly, this is a spot that we were happy we were able to save the tree, keep the urban forest intact, and alleviate all the issues there. So there is no trip hazard and the community is safe. Graffiti, we are blessed with work with graffiti. I mean, graffiti is done, we deal with it on a daily basis. We work 6 days a week. Our goal, we advertise getting rid of the graffiti in 48 hours. We try to do it in 24. We don't always hit our goal, but we work very hard too. This is just some examples. Color matching is a big topic. We do our best to match uniform colors throughout the city. That being said, sometimes it's difficult. We don't get into private businesses, things of that nature, because we can't carry every color that's on the planet to make sure that we make everything match. But when it comes to our walls, the freeway corridors, our buildings, we try to use standardized colors and make sure we match all the time. Depending on our workload, we might do a patch in some areas depending on the situation. If we have a large queue of graffiti a large queue of abatement to do, we might do a small patch and then go back into it. But if we're caught up on our work and we know we can do a whole wall, we won't just patch a certain area, we'll patch the entire wall. So it all depends on workload. We know how important it is to keep the city clean and looking great, and we work very hard to alleviate as much as we can. So these are just some pictures of the guys doing the work.
Do you ever just sandblast the wall, just get it up?
We pressure wash, certain chemicals, but we do not sandblast.
You don't do it at residentials?
No. Now, in residential neighborhoods where the wall is facing a thoroughfare or street, we will abate it because it gets into back and forth, but we do not do private property.
Has graffiti picked up recently?
I'll be honest with you, for us, it's been pretty constant.
It's like I'm seeing more recently. And my residents even commented about going under Garvey. They're seeing more around under Garvey and Sunset.
Okay.
But I haven't seen it there. I've just seen it other. Where it's really bad all the time is when you're getting off at West Covina Parkway. They get the gutter right there all the time, and I know that's Caltrans property. The curb, not the gutter.
Yeah, it's tricky for us. There's some stuff that we do try to get over there. Obviously, safety is our first concern. You know, our guys, we trip, you know, we don't go on the freeway, you know what I mean? Things like that. But that being said, visually, if there's something that we need to take down, we get to it as fast as we can. I can't say there's been an uptick up or down. I can tell you that my crew runs 6 days a week, 10 hours a day.
It's constant.
You know, we don't stop.
There's still
So-
two?
Huh?
Is there still two or?
Yeah, we have two. We have a 2-man crew that deals with.
Do we
graffiti.
ever catch the artists?
Well, we do not, and there's discussions on ways to do that and things to do that. Obviously, we share any information we have with PD and whoever may ask if they're trying to compile a case or do those things, but we do not catch them. But I believe they are catching some people tagging and doing graffiti.
PD does monitor our app for graffiti specifically as well.
Any other questions on graffiti? No. The last thing I do want to say on graffiti is, if we have an influx and we know that our numbers are high, we do add extra people to that. It's a priority for us. We know coming in from the weekend we do it, but if we come in and we know we have 120 requests, we won't have just 2 guys doing it. We'll have 4 guys doing it. We'll have 6 guys doing it if we need to get caught up. You know, graffiti, illegal dumping. Today we had 40 reports of illegal dumping and we got it all today. I'm very proud of our guys today. Like I said, they came in, it was clear yesterday, came in today, and we had 36 reports, and by the end of the day, we had 0. So, you know, those are things that we are taking very seriously and addressing, working with not only our staff, contracts, any Athens, any avenue we can take to alleviate, we try to do that. This slide is a new vehicle to our fleet. We do have, you know, we have an aging fleet, but the last couple of years we've been working on improving that, getting up to speed and getting up to date with our vehicles in our fleet. Community services shows you all the great work that they do in special events, and part of that, they needed a vehicle to transport stuff around. So we were fortunate enough to be able to get them a new van, which is our
Are they
first
granted?
vehicle.
Are they granted?
They're AQMD funds.
Okay.
Yeah, we used AQMD funds to purchase this, and this is a fully electric vehicle. We've added a charging station at the senior center. We've done everything to get them equipped, and I think it's a tool that's going to help them very much.
Yes,
So
so we're
what
excited
is
to
you
drive
guys
it.
gonna use?
What?
Who used to drive it?
Joseph does. Not me. But it's very helpful, like, we think the maintenance, our tables, chairs, all our equipment now, it's a lot easier to transport.
So before you were just using like your own cars or
This,
whatever?
like, smaller SUVs, it takes, yeah, or having to borrow the maintenance.
It alleviates stuff,
Yeah.
like obviously we work together and we go hand in hand, but then having a van makes it, you know, I don't have to send a crew, I don't have to do different things. So, you know, once again, becoming versatile, making sure that we can do as much as we can in the limited time we have. So it's a tool that should help them, and we're still there to help, and we're gonna help them. So, but they've done a great job, and I hope it helps you.
Yeah, it has.
Mike, does anything happen if somebody's dumping and they're caught?
If we catch them, for example, there's a couple different examples. We see them, we get a license plate. People sometimes dump and they leave their mail in there. You know? It happens more than you would think, so.
Does anything happen?
Yes, from that point, if we have 100% proof, we talk with code enforcement or PD, and most of the time it's handled by code enforcement, and I'm sorry, I don't know their process fully, but they track it down. But like I said, if we just had orange, where dead ends at the freeway, or somebody dumped, like from down the street, they just went and dumped right there, and they left all their mail in there. And code enforcement went out, took all their address, took everything.
Were
and
they
went
from
and-
West Covina?
Yeah, it was a West Virginia resident, which I don't know if that's normal all the time. I mean, illegal dumping is a hard thing that we deal with.
There's two things that I think, and I don't know if they're correct or not, that they're coming from apartment buildings because you can't leave your stuff. And they're coming from Baldwin Park. Because along Garvey, where Orange, dumped to the freeway, there's always dumping there. Almost every week there's dumping. And Lloyd is really good at going and getting it, but I'll call him, hey Lloyd.
Lloyd is very good at contacting me too.
Yeah.
He does help us out. We're very
So
appreciative.
They dump right there, and it's the West Covina Baldwin Park border. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know if we can say it's Baldwin Park. I tend to think that people are dumping from everywhere.
I want to say it's Baldwin Park. Our people wouldn't do that.
Understood. This is a new piece of equipment we got that we use on a daily basis. As I discussed earlier, we have an aging fleet. Our dump trucks were 2003s, 2003 dump trucks that had over 150,000 miles, which on a vehicle that idles every day is a lot of miles. So this is a new piece of equipment we were just able to pick up. We were lucky. This came through and they had it in stock, because part of the issue now isn't just getting isn't having the funds for the vehicle, it's getting the vehicle. Give you a small example, our paint truck, which does our striping, the computer on it just went out. Not that old of a truck, not a truck that has a lot of mileage for us, but they cannot find a computer replacement. Well, that truck is a $200,000 vehicle and it's 2 years out. So we have, so those are some of the things that we are juggling and dealing with, trying to get through and make sure our fleet's intact. And, that happens to be a one-off, a weird case where we're like, man, this is a vehicle we don't necessarily want to replace, but if we can't find a computer, we have a major problem. So anyways, this is a dump truck we got, used daily, major tool in our fleet. Next slide, please.
Just a question on the truck, so what exactly is going on? Like with is that a truck that we recently purchased?
No. It's like, in my mind, it's not an old truck. It's a 2000, don't hold me to the year, 11, 12, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, it's not a truck that is not a tool that we use every day, but we need it and we use it regularly. So it's a low mileage truck, but the ECU's bad. So we're like, hey, can we take the bed off the truck and just put it on a new truck? What can we do? Can we find the ECU from the junkyard? We try to explore every avenue on what we can do to be as cost effective as possible. The city has lots of needs and we want to make our dollars stretch as far as we possibly can. So in that case, it's a piece of equipment that just happens to have problems with the ECU.
So meanwhile, we're not able to do any sort of striping?
Oh, no, we are. We have other equipment. Like we have a ride-along striper alternatives. If I get really desperate, like this morning we had a conversation about some stuff that we had to do, I might call and pull a favor. We might call a local agency and see if they can help us out, just like we would help them out if they needed our loader, skid steer or something of that nature. So just depending, it's not stopping workflow. We're gonna do everything we can and we'll find a plan to replace it or do, like I said, the hope is still to fix it.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Okay, as discussed earlier, we were touching on this right before the meeting, LND cleanup. This is a project that that's been talked about with maintenance and engineering from the time I came over in 2018. We recently just passed a new maintenance contract, and I personally am very proud of the contract because we were able to get some big things done. Homelessness, fire hazard, all those issues were major issues we were having in our LMDs, and people had concerns about the brush, the overgrown brush, and for 2 decades we weren't really, there was nothing in our contract to stipulate, hey, we need to do that. So the major change we made in our contract is that we are cutting all hillsides down to 4 feet. So not counting the trees will stay the same, and the canopies of the trees will be raised to 9 feet, but everything else will be 4 feet. So it's been a major change. The contractor's been given 18 months to get up to speed, and that's all our hillsides in our land maintenance districts, which are mostly on the south end of town. And they started at Woodgrove Park, which is a park that we had a fairly large encampment. I mean, at the high point, probably 100 people, 120 people was a village, and you would have never known they were there. But now the park has been cleaned up, taken down, and where that was, you can see from the park to the street. So you can see from the park to Parkside. You can see the houses from Parkside through the park to the top. You can see the houses on top of the hill, which was never done before. They're starting to work their way around Fairgrove. There's some houses on the bottom and I've never seen before. So it's been a noticeable difference. It does look a little bare. It does look a little bare at first look, but as things are starting to fill in, and this project started November 1st, and you can already see some of the growth and the stuff coming back, which is going to be maintained. So when that all fills out, I think the hillsides are going to have a much more manicured look, and they will be safer, and there's no place for people to hide and conceal themselves. So we've started an MD2, which is over off of Brentwood and Amar, Woodgrove Park, that area. They'll be working, they're about 80% done there. They'll be working on Amar soon, and then from there they'll be working over the Shadow Oak area. It is taking a little bit of time, but they are progressing and working at a pretty good pace and getting faster every day.
For Woodgrove, do you have before and after photos?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
If you'd like some, I can send them to you. I don't know if there's a before and after photo there on the right-hand corner, but that was over off of Shakespeare Court by Shadow Oak area on the south end of town. So, but yeah, Robert, if you'd like some pictures, and actually, Deb, if you can remind me, we'll give an update before and after for Woodgrove at our next meeting, our next update.
So the encampments, they were all along that hillside, right? All along that overgrown hillside, adjacent to the street, like between the street and the...
They were between the street and the park.
Right, okay. I know
Yeah.
which ones, yeah.
Yeah, so, but yeah, that area, if you get a chance, drive, it looks completely different.
That's great, yeah. That part's beautiful too, so that's good that it's even more beautiful now.
In addition to the projects we just showed and some of the regular maintenance we do, because something that's not on here that we have our sewer maintenance, our street maintenance, our pothole repair, those things. So those are the graffiti, something we touched on, but we have our day-to-day that we do. We showed you some projects, but we also were fortunate enough to help community services on these special events. We help with setup, we help with takedown, we help with street closures, try to assist in any way we possibly can. They're nice enough to give us, Touch Truck is an event like everybody loves to drive a tractor. It's a day for us where our guys actually enjoy it. We get to go out there, show that equipment, and do those things. So we were part of the parade, Let It Snow, giveaway, all these events we were fortunate enough to be able to assist with and hopefully make the events better for the community. So
I definitely, 3 of the 4 I attended, well, the 4th one I attended also, but from a distance, it was too busy. And I just think it brought so much to our city. But kudos go to the staff, really, for making it all come together. So if maintenance participates, kudos to you and your staff.
it's a team effort. Code enforcement isn't here. Code enforcement's been a big help. These are things that we're learning and getting better every day and trying to get bigger every day. And like I said, it's a citywide team effort, even if you don't see somebody there that day. From engineering to planning, everybody takes a part in it.
There is a big, and I'm glad that you brought this up and you shared this a little bit more about the different departments. There is a big push. I'm a firm believer that no department is a single entity. We are a clock. It takes every cog in the clock in order to have the correct time. And that is what we do. We definitely rely on each other, we complement each other, and we're there to assist each other. Every single department, we all overlap, we all touch, and it is important for us to work together. So it's not one without the other, it's all for one. And that one is the community.
Last thing I'm going to go over, and this is something that we talk about regularly, is our GoGov reporting app. That is our largest tool. That's the best way we communicate with the public. This is where people go report issues. We try to respond as fast as we can, and also when we complete an issue, when our staff goes out and picks up that couch off the corner of the street, then it goes back to the resident saying, hey, we got it. So these are some numbers. I'm not going to go through every number, but last month, in the last couple months from November 1st to 12th through to the end of the year, sorry. We in Public Works, we got 1,439 requests. Code enforcement got 1,437. We work hand in hand with code enforcement. We work on those issues together. Some we can take care of, some we can't. But that was over 2,800 requests in that short period of time. We do not resolve them all. We get a large number of tree requests, from tree trimming to branches, hillsides. The trees on the hillsides are another big issue. So like at this point, we have 580 tree requests. We try to get to all of them. It does take time. We do have one body that works strictly with trees. The rest of the stuff is, we try to jump on graffiti. Graffiti is first and foremost, and the largest thing we receive information on the GoGov for. Illegal dumping is probably right behind that, and then it's all broken down into sewer issues, street issues, potholes, things of that nature. So as you can see, it is a large number that we deal with.
Do the grocery stores and those that have shopping carts, do they still pay services to retrieve their carts?
They do.
And does the city penalize them for having carts all over the city?
I don't want to speak out of turn on the Muni Code. The Muni Code just changed.
We did an update to the ordinance almost a year ago, and it hasn't quite been a year. And we're working out those kinks. It's funny, that was actually brought up with code enforcement today. We were discussing shopping cart retrieval, discussing there's been an uptick in that, and people leaving their shopping carts and leaving them filled. Some of the trends that we've been noticing. So we we're taking this almost a year and seeing how this ordinance plays out and how we're going to need to shift in the future.
It's kind of tricky because if they take it off the store's property, it's stolen property, but a policeman can't empty it, but the store owner can certainly empty it and take his possession back. So it's kind of tricky. And my husband spent 44 years in the grocery business, so I understand that side of the realm of what happens here. And when he was in the business, he's now retired, if there was a shopping retrieval agreement, then he wouldn't get, or the store wouldn't get charged if their shopping cart turned up somewhere. But they had to have an agreement with a retrieval company.
I have a question. And the city have tried to reach out to the stores like Vaughn, they put the clock, they lock, the wheels locked once they hit out and cannot leave the parking lot.
I want to say yes, but I cannot answer that. That's something our planning department and I don't think code, I think planning's been working with them on the ordinances mostly.
Yeah, I would be planning and code because code would take on the enforcement arm of that. So those sorts of questions would be better directed in those arenas. Maintenance, if we're called to pick up a cart or to provide assistance in that area, that's what maintenance would do.
Yeah, they were finding carts with no wheels on them, they were stealing the wheels.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah, it's just,
We obviously follow all protocols, but we pick them up. I mean, we pick them up, we store them for 30 days. If they don't get them, then it goes from there. But that's what our ordinance states, that's what we have to do, and that's what we're currently doing, so.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the.
thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Before you move on, though, I did want to just express my appreciation on behalf of folks that use Cortez Parks. The lights are on. So they're really happy about that.
They are beautiful.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. It looks amazing. So thank you very much again. The families needed something out there, and city responded. You were the face of the response. So thank you. I hadn't been out there in a while and had an occasion to just sit by and thought, wow, it looks beautiful. So thank you.
Did you see it just from the outside or from the inside?
Well, I actually walked around, so.
Go check out the ball field.
No.
Don't worry, we advocate for everyone, all parks, trust me.
All parks.
It is nice to see. I'm glad they were able to take care of that. It's an issue we had. We were running into problems, so I'm very glad it's resolved and it does look good.
Yeah, thank you.
Just real quick too, going back to the Palm View Center, that's something that I really appreciate you guys working on. I know that, I don't know if it was when we started like 4 years ago, we kind of talked about the need, right, for special needs, and I think I had run into a few parents during that time that had children with special needs, and they were really kind of interested in seeing the city kind of move in that direction. So it's great to have that happen and to see all the work that went into it. And I've had the opportunity to talk to the same parents, and they're like very excited, happy, appreciative of that program now. So it's really great to see it happen, at least within the term of me being on the commission. And I know it took a lot of work, so just really appreciate that effort.
We're proud, yes.
My recreation side is obviously where I started my career and what I did. It is one of my favorite things to go to Palmview. Palmview is alive and they're happy. It's never a bad day. So if you ever have the opportunity, I would strongly recommend to go by. Obviously, I started rec when I was 15. I worked adaptive programs. I worked birthday parties and things like that. But for me, it's awesome to go there. Being here as long as I have the daycare, it was nice to have the daycare there. It was good, but now it's alive. I enjoy going there. Every time I go there, they have a request, but I'm more than happy to help them and do what I can.
Yeah.
It's good to see it alive. From my personal rec side.
Since you brought up the daycare that was there, we did not displace a program. So I want to make sure that that's understood. We didn't, it was just naturally that program closed and there was a need that was identified. It was identified that would be an appropriate facility. We put the pieces together, definitely teamwork, and that's how it happens.
Yeah, it was definitely even exchange color. It was not a loss at all. It was a
Well, there was no displacement, and obviously, and I'm not sure if you're aware, but there was licensing issues and things were changing too. I mean, there was,
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't, and nobody was displaced.
No one was displaced. No.
That's great, yeah. So good job, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Moving on with the agenda, and the next item on the agenda is our continued business. So we'll take any reports from any of the commissioners with regards to any of the ad hoc committees that they're on.
I was just wondering what the next step would be for like the ad hoc committees, well, probably just the capital improvements. Is there anything on the horizon for that, or like in the next year?
We hope so.
We hope so. We haven't had our first meeting yet for the CIPs. We meet internally as a staff to go over the various projects that are on the CIP. The lighting at Cortez was part of the CIP project, so I'm glad that you brought that up. Thank you. But we will reach out once we have those dates established for the committee.
Commissioner Diaz, any reports on any ad hoc committee that you're on? Commissioner Rivera? Me either. And
I just got it.
what? You did not hit the ground running? Okay, thank you very much on that. Items to be agendized?
Can I just say one thing? Since I'm new, I don't know if we want to talk, I just want to introduce myself. Short, you know, in my Michael Flowers, and most of you know I'm on the Board of Education. I just finished my term as Board President, and and anything I suppose I can do for our schools are concerned, and I'm glad to be a part of it, so maybe I can bring the schools in part of it. Please let me know. I'm on the Board for the Historic Society, I'm on the Board for the Hearst Ranch also. And as a matter of fact, on the 9th of February, our superintendent is going to give a state of the city at our Historic Society on Garvey?
Yes.
Yes, on the 9th at 6:30. She's going to get, if you guys want to come, I'd love for you to come and see her give our state of the city. And so again, as far as the schools are concerned, anything I can do, please. And I'm hoping that I can engross our schools and we all can work together. Some of you know that. That's what so thank you. Anything I can do, please let me know.
Thank you, Commissioner Flowers.
Welcome, Michael.
Thank you.
And just to kind of echo Commissioner Flowers, the school district is also working really hard on their bond projects. I was appointed by the board as one of the oversight committee members for that
Yes.
bond. So I'm on that committee. We meet regularly and we've taken tours of all the projects. We're working on the theater right now.
Yes.
And everything's coming along, and they're open to providing tours as well. So if the staff's interested, they give us tours of all the ongoing construction projects as well. Put our hard hats on and walk through it. But it's pretty amazing what they're doing, and the facilities they finished already, they're amazing. We've taken tours of most of them now. So
Yeah, we're going to put together, we're going to put together a deal where we invite the public, somebody to come in and just see what we're doing. Also, some of you probably heard we're getting ready to get rid of Del Norte. And
Yeah.
so that's part of our next project, which I don't want to say too much about it, but
Well, I think it's just a really, again, having you here and you here with your other activities just sort of speaks back into the city's goal of having somewhat of a seamless community where a child knows they can go to a local park and or actually even use one of the fields at the school for baseball or an after-school activity. And it's just really, I still think it's beautiful.
And last but not least, and like we've taken some of Del Norte, so they got a field over there, but we're going to open up Monte Vista and put a field over there so they can be used, so they won't be.
Are they aware of that? Are they aware of that? Is it,
You know what? Should this say that?
I think
I'm getting a lot of calls, Commissioner
Well,
That was your tiny mic speech.
Tiny mic. Tiny mic.
Well, there's better things to come to mind, just say that. You know, it's
Well,
gonna be
yeah,
better.
and I think in general though, I don't necessarily think it's top secret because
It's not top secret.
it's the intent that a lot of cities and districts have to enter into joint use agreements.
Mhm.
Because oftentimes I know that the sports groups do that as well, right? The soccer does it for practice, baseball does it. So I think it's a good thing in general to have more joint use agreements where we can utilize school fields and,
Swimming
you know.
I'll touch base with you, Mike.
60/90.
Okay.
I agree.
We're negotiating.
This is not the arena.
Commissioner Gutierrez.
On the topic of items to be agendized,
If we agendize,
yeah, the one I hate to bring up all the time, but next time can we kind of have at least some sort of update on the dog park?
I guess the dog park's part of the CIP, and I think the subcommittee or the committee would have the opportunity to delve more into that on that level.
Okay, so.
I would think that would be your arena to ask those questions. We can definitely talk to engineering about bringing an update, but anything, I think you're looking for more meat at this point, and I think that that's definitely the role of the committee.
Okay, so then does that mean there's not any chance of anything happening in 2 months from now?
We haven't been briefed.
Oh, okay. So what does that look like? What does that briefing look like?
We have an internal meeting with staff and we're briefed on the progress that engineering is making.
Okay, so it's engineering. Okay. So still, I think that was the last time we talked, it was, I think, engineering still.
Okay.
All right.
Any other items to be agendized, Commissioner Diaz? Everything's fine and dandy at Cameron Park?
Yes, it is.
I
He's taken care of and it looks great.
Yeah, and I got a chance to see him play some softball a few
Only
weeks
tried
ago.
to play.
Yeah.
He's my best guy.
Second base, right?
So you play with Steve Burford then?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great league, and I just was there for what, like 10, 15 minutes? Because I was waiting for Roxanne, because we were gonna walk the trails there. But, yeah, the camaraderie and then the group there is great, like,
Yeah.
everyone was.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's
When I
really-
retired, I was going crazy until I found this league. And that just kept me sane.
And then you became a commissioner.
Yes. And then this softball league, I made so many friends, and I'm invited to do something every day. I was invited to a Clipper game yesterday, and or the Raider game last week, and I just want to stay home. Leave me alone.
Very
Yeah. Yeah.
Madam Commissioner, I just hear from the superintendent will be March 1st at Historic Society.
March 1st.
Okay.
Perfect.
Right.
Commissioner Gutierrez, do you have any items to be agendized? Okay, thank you. Vice Chair Fisher?
No, thank you.
I'm none. Commissioner Thorpe?
No, if I do, I'll email you. Roxanne.
And Commissioner
No,
Floyd?
nothing.
Flowers, right? Okay. So on that note, with items that are agendized, only the dog park?
No, we'll deal with that with the subcommittee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll move on to our upcoming events, minus the event that's not on the calendar, which is the, I think it was the event, Commissioner Fisher, you mentioned it. It'll come to me. So upcoming events is the Martin Luther King event on Monday. February 10th is our free e-waste collection event. And
paper shredding.
And then paper shredding. And then, of course, a reminder about our wonderful farmers market. And the last Saturday of every month is the pantry activity over at Cameron Park. And then a reminder to attend the city managers meeting, the city meetings, city council meetings, and all of those good public items. So
Cortez open house is coming up, but I didn't get that before.
Yeah, that was the 26th.
On 26, 12 to 2.
And on that note, meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much.
There's candy here, you guys, eat the candy. Eat the candy.
Good job, congratulations.
That's what happens when you put it like.
What you doing?